Today, Dr. Fauci announced that 3 doses of the current vaccines offer good enough protection against Omicron that as of now, we don't need any new Omicron-specific vaccines. And that, my friends, is great news. You know, it's like finding out that your old charger works with your new phone. And this is actually good news for anti-vaxxers, because that means like your old conspiracy theories will work for Omicron too. Yeah, you don't have to think of new conspiracy theories, because that shit is hard. You're like, this new Omicron vaccine is gonna make your blood gay? Oh man, this is hard. But just because the current vaccines seem effective doesn't mean that Omicron isn't turning into a big problem. You see, the CDC says that it could soon lead to a major COVID wave in America. And it looks like when it comes to America's sports leagues, that wave is already here.
Professional sports are being hit hard by a surge in COVID cases. A league source tells CNN that 28 NFL players tested positive yesterday. That's in addition to 37 players testing positive on Monday. The 2-day total more than doubles the number of cases in previous 2 weeks. The NHL postponing its 9th game this season because of multiple players testing positive. And in the NBA, plethora of players will miss time as a result of being placed in the league's health and safety protocols. 31 players are on the list, according to CBS Sports, including Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo, the reigning Finals MVP. He'll be out for tonight's game against the Pacers. In Brooklyn, the Nets, they were nearly forced to cancel their matchup with the Raptors. 7 players in the NBA's health and safety protocols, including superstar James Harden. They had the league minimum 8 players available for this game.
Almost nobody on the Brooklyn bench tonight at Barclays Center. Look at that.
Oh, no, not this shit again, guys. Not this shit again! I mean, you remember what happened last time, right? 1 week, we were all like, lots of NBA players getting COVID. And then the next week, we were all at home, showering with our Amazon packages. I mean, so many players in the NBA are getting COVID right now that they're gonna have to change the logo. In fact, there's so many players who have COVID that I actually feel bad for all the players who don't have it. Because, I mean, that's one hell of a way to find out that everyone on the team was hanging out without you. The one thing I don't think they should be doing is canceling games. Yeah, I said it, because everyone hates it. And I get that the teams barely have any players left, but, like, just make them play anyway. I mean, I don't know about you, but I would watch the hell out of a basketball game that was 1-on-5. Can you imagine watching a football team where the quarterback has no one to protect him? What? The Giants already do that? Wow, that doesn't seem safe. In fact, this might end up being great for the fans. Because you know how deep down inside, when you're at a game, you always hope secretly that the coach is just gonna look up into the stands and be like, hey, we need you to help us win this game. I mean, that's the real reason people wear jerseys, you know? You gotta be prepared. Well, now, everyone is so short on players, that might actually happen. Although knowing how quickly Omicron spreads, it'll probably be like, hey, you, come help us win. Just get a quick COVID test and he can come in. What? Oh, he's also got Omicron. Ah, look at you, loser. Yeah, you suck. You got Omicron and you don't play basketball. I'll tell you what I'm not looking forward to, though, is hearing what the old-timers have to say about this at the barbershop, because you know they're going to go in. Man, NBA players these days are soft. Patrick Ewing would never let Omicron spike proteins penetrate his cellular membranes. Shit. But let's move on from Corona to something else that goes after your body without permission. Andrew Cuomo. Back when he was governor, Cuomo took a break from getting people in nursing homes killed to write a book about how brilliantly he was handling the pandemic. And that book made him very, very rich. At least until now.
Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is facing new troubles this morning. A state ethics panel ruled that Cuomo must now repay $5.1 million that he earned from a book that he wrote during the COVID-19 pandemic. That book was a memoir on the handling of the pandemic. The panel determined Cuomo used state resources and government staffers to help prepare that book, even though his lawyer previously said otherwise. The $5 million bill must be repaid by next month, but some of those funds have already been donated to charity and also added in a trust for his daughters.
Oh, well, I mean, if the money is in a trust fund for your adult daughters, just keep that. But the money to charity? Well, he's going to have to give that back. I actually feel bad for the charities, though. I mean, losing that money right before Christmas. I'm sorry, orphans. No presents this year because Governor Cuomo used the office printer. I know. But yes, Cuomo may have to give back all $5 million of his book money, which is fine by me. I mean, I don't understand why politicians are writing books while they're in office in the first place. You're just kind of flaunting how you got distracted with a side gig. Honestly, between being governor and writing this book, it's a wonder that he found time to sexually harass anyone at all. You know, the bigger issue here for me, actually, when I think about it, is like the money shouldn't go back to the government just because he used government resources. No, the money should go back because he wasn't doing the thing. If you write a book about a thing that you weren't doing, then you shouldn't get the money for the book because it wasn't real. If we found out that the person who wrote the Kama Sutra was a virgin, I'd be like, yo, money back, all the money back. You were just, no wonder, no one's legs goes like that. Just made this shit up. You're just making you just like, yeah, you put your legs and then the other legs. I had a hernia because of your shit, man. Anyway, let's move on. For the last few months, we've been talking about how millions of people around the country have been quitting their dead-end jobs to pursue their true passions. Yeah, you might find this hard to believe, but most people's dream job is not being berated by a customer at Applebee's. So people are quitting to write that screenplay or start that small business or whatever their dream is. And one enterprising young woman is making headlines for selling something that everyone else gives away for free.
Reality star Stephanie Matto of 90 Day Fiancé has gone viral in a TikTok where she claims to have earned over $90,000 selling her farts in a jar for $500 each.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you a day in the life of a girl who sells her farts in a jar. So I like to get things rolling with some beans, a protein muffin, sometimes even a yogurt, less sugar is better, some hard-boiled eggs. While I wait for those farts to develop, I like to read. I'm very smart, love to read. And then after I'm ready to go, I go ahead and, do my work, do my job. I don't need to show you that, guys, but I like to add in little flower petals. I feel like they attach the scent and make it last longer. And when I'm finally finished with my jar, I like to leave a personalized note.
The smell of success. America truly is the greatest country in the world. And props to this woman. Props to her for making that money. And look, no, this isn't the carbon capture technology we were hoping for. But I guess if everyone did it, we could solve climate change. Yeah, why didn't you think of this, Greta? Now, look, I know a lot of people will see this story and wonder who the hell is blowing hundreds of dollars on a fart. But I mean, it's no dumber than NFTs. People are dropping millions of dollars on things that don't even exist. At least with a fart jar, you get to keep the jar. So I'm not going to judge anybody for buying one of these jars. You are into what you're into. What I will say I am confused about is what you actually do with the fart jar once you have it. Like, do you open the jar right away and just get one hit? Or do you keep it in its packaging forever, like a collectible? Or do you keep it for a few years and then open it on a special occasion? Just like, hey, honey, great news, I finally got that promotion. How about we celebrate with a jar of Chateau de Poo? It's 2021. It was a great year. Everyone was stuck inside. Powerful farts. The only thing that bothers me about this is how expensive the farts are. I mean, for $500? Shit, that jar better work like a large Coke at the cinema. Every time I bring it back, I better get a free refill. Do the thing, lady. Do the thing. Yo, because at $500 a fart, there's going to be a lot of people out there who can't afford to buy a fart of their own. I don't care what anybody says. That's not right. The fact is, people, fart inequality is a growing issue right now. And it affects millions of people around the world. Which is why, if you can, I'm asking you to consider donating to the International Flatulence Fund. Because nobody should have to deal with the shame and embarrassment of telling their children that there will be no farts under the Christmas tree this year. Thank you.